Our guest this morning is Carrie Snyder, a branch associate at the Ostrander Branch Library. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Carrie is like, Carrie is part of our music, too.
Ooh, me.
Carrie is our nonfiction queen, so we thought who better to have on the show today to talk about some New Year's resolutions, some ways to get your year started off on the right foot than Miss Carrie. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm a little confused. I'm still full of cheese, and I don't know what day of the week it is, but right. I'm here.
How many months am I going to write 2025 on everything I sign?
Right.
I did something and I wrote 2023. I was like, oh gosh, like we're just really going back.
I did a 2018 this year. That was the worst I think I've ever done.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was happening that week, but it wasn't good.
Brain was not braining. But today, this morning, we are going to brain. We're going to get all of those good, all that good juju going for our new year. So why don't we start it off by talking a little bit about something we've read recently? Molly, what's been good?
I got a good one. Okay, this one is called Love in the Time of Serial Killers.
Oh, I've heard of this.
This is by Alicia Thompson, and this is a fantastic book. This is a story of a character named Phoebe Walsh. Phoebe has a small obsession. Well, I wouldn't call it small. She has an obsession with true crime and serial killers. So she watches all the shows. She's taken it so far that she's getting her doctorate in true crime.
Oh,
she's going to become a professor who teaches true crime and serial killers. She's up for her PhD. So her father passes away, who she wasn't particularly close to. And she decides she's going to move into his house and finish her PhD. This is going to be perfect. Quiet town that she grew up in, but she doesn't know anybody anymore. Well, this all works until the handsome neighbor next door, Sam Dennings, shows up. And Sam has to be a serial killer. She starts getting all of the clues together. Now, Sam just seems to actually like her. Now she runs into some other great characters. The local librarian, which I love when a book has a local librarian in it, is one of her dear friends from high school that they had a falling out before she left. And her friend seems to be trying to make up for it. Seems like something's going on. And her brother and his girlfriend are playing a really beautiful part in this story too. This is a meet cute murder mystery-ash, whodunit, funny, quirky
Is it a romance or is it a murder mystery?
It's a little of both.
Yes.
It is a little of both. I can't tell you how it's going to end, so you're left. I mean, you're not going to know till the end if it's a murder mystery or what's happening.
Like, should we be nervous for her? Yes.
Well, for her mental health, absolutely.
Okay.
Because she sees that serial killer stuff everywhere. She's just got a lot going on, but you kind of fall in love with Phoebe right away. Sam is darling, and you're just sort of like, oh, don't be. Or maybe do be. I don't know which one I want because this book's great. If you're in for a lighthearted read, this is not going to be a heavy read. This is not going to be anything. It was a wonderful recording as well. Grab yourself Love in the Time of Serial Killers. If you want to start your year laughing with your first book, go for this one. I absolutely loved it. Enjoy.
There we go. Love in the Time of Serial Killers. That sounds like an interesting read that'll keep you on your toes.
It's very much a Molly read. It's a little weird, y'all. It's a little weird.
I love weird. So that's how you do it. Carrie, what about you? What's something good that you've read lately? Or not good? We're not
We're not
judgmental
picky.
here.
I mean, she loves to tear apart my favorites. So
Well, Molly had me at serial killers.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, that's something I read late at night before I go to bed.
yes, perfect. Right
just
when I
some
do
quiet nighttime reading.
I'm one of those who likes to relax to a good true crime.
Yes, right,
Right.
Well, I've been into the Housemaid series by Frieda McFadden.
Oh, I love that.
So, there's 4 books in the series, and what prompted me to read them was the movie was coming out, which it did come out, and I did see it, and I saw it with my daughter. But 2 of my favorite actresses are in the movie, and it's Amanda Seyfried from Mamma Mia, Dear John, Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria, and White Lotus. So Normally, I prefer to see the movie first and then read the book because it just helps me follow along in the book.
I agree with you.
See, I'm the backwards.
Okay.
I want to know what the book said
No,
so
and
that when I
most
read
people
it.
are book firsters, but
I just
like
find
that.
I'm less disappointed if I do the movie first, instead of the book.
Yeah.
That seems to be the case, because changes are typically made. But I was so excited to read the series because my daughter started reading it with me.
Nice.
And so, because of the connection, we knew the movie was coming out. That was our main reason in reading the books. But hey, whatever gets you started.
Right.
So it was fun to compare notes, and then we went to the movie, and so it was just kind of nostalgic, spending time together in that way. But then also, they're quick reads. You can knock them out in a weekend. I mean, not all four. I mean, maybe you can, but I read one at a time, over a weekend. And, I consider them psychological thrillers. The first one is Housemaid's Secret. Then there's Housemaid's Wedding. Now, it's only 75 pages. You can easily skip it, which I would. If you're listening at all. And then Housemaid is Watching. So, I felt each one was suspenseful. It captured my attention. There's some heart-racing moments, and it really kept me guessing until the end. Yeah,
I love that.
I didn't know that. That there was that short in that series.
Yeah, just the one. Mm-hmm.
And my warning is there is also a book series out called The Maid, and I was confusing forever the Molly character from The Maid and then Housemaid, and I forget who wrote The Maid. Both really great series, came out about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Very different, very, very different stories, but both are fantastic. But if you're looking for what you just heard, it's The Housemaid. And that's very important to remember.
McFadden. Yes.
This is true. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with our nonfiction theme for the day, and I am going to give a review for one that Molly's been long waiting for, which is Mary Roach's Replaceable You.
And I haven't read this one, so let me know. Let me know.
She is absolutely wonderful, Miss Mary Roach. You know her and love her from Spook and from Stiff. And
Stiff's my favorite.
And from Bonk and from Gulp. And she likes these
Packing for Mars,
these one-word titles. Mary Roach has her roots in a journalism, long-form kind of column format, and she takes deep dives into topics, and they are almost always science-based. And the thing that is unique and fun and wonderful about her is that she writes with a lot of comedy a lot of like personal touch, personal flavors. She talks about in Replaceable You the parts of your body that can be replaced. You can live.
Yes,
all of them.
Yeah, exactly. You can live a life and get new skin, get new legs, get new bones, get new this, get new that. All the different things. And she said, and she talks about the interviews that she has with the doctors as she's researching the book. And they're, talking about these really kind of nasty things over a nice Chianti and and a steak.
Why not?
And she mentions, as he's cutting into his steak and the waiter comes by and asks to refill their drinks and different things like that. How it's just a little odd, but that's a day in the life of Mary Roach. So it opens, and I love. She also brings in a lot of historical context. It's this is what we're doing today, but also this is what was done like 100 years ago. And oh my gosh, how did we get here? So she opens up chapter 1. I'm always in love with how she names her chapters. To Build a Nose, the dawn of replacement body parts. And what it really was talking about was the nose is very fragile, the tip of the nose, and it would get taken off for many reasons, frostbite, all sorts of other things. And so early on in the ages of replacement body parts, people discovered that, your body wants to help itself, right? And so if they lacerated a place on your body and adhered it to another place on your body, they would fuse, they would grow together. And so there are images way back of an arm, and if you are watching on Facebook, hello, and of an arm that you basically look like you're kind of sniffing your armpit, and you turn your nose toward your upper arm, and you would just stay like that for a really long time, and then your nose that didn't exist would grow to your arm, and then there would be enough skin there eventually that you could just snip it and just boop, boop, and put it all back together, and you have a new tip of your nose.
Yep.
How have I never seen this before? You're like, this is frightening. I'm like, tell me more. Do you have those pictures? Can I see
weird.
them?
Yes. If you check out the actual book, Replaceable You by Mary Roach, she does have, images and things like that have been taken out of scientific journals and different things like that. But yeah, I mean, it was in your hand, there was a sling. There was a hand sling that, you just keep your arm like that and your head like that forever, and eventually you'd get a nose.
I mean, there wouldn't be any other problems that I could possibly see coming from doing that for long enough to do that, but this sounds great.
It's really interesting. She goes from that right into, as we're talking about skin, your skin is one of the most regenerative parts of your body and also one of the most picky parts of your body. Your skin really only wants to be your skin.
And it's your largest organ, isn't it?
It is the dermis, yeah. And so you can have burn victims, especially skin grafting. We talk a lot about skin grafting with burn victims, and the best skin graft is your own skin. You can use donor skin, but even that doesn't want to stay with your body. Your body will reject it. And so scientists want to say, like, well, in the meantime, what can we do? If you any sort of grafted skin is only a temporary replacement. It's never a permanent replacement unless it's your own.
Interesting.
And so, they're like, well, what's the longest temporary replacement that we can get to? And so they've experimented with other sorts of animals and different things like that. Pigs always comes up often, but some of the ones that were coming up in the people who she was talking with that they were really excited about were North Atlantic cod. A surprising replacement.
Would you be waterproof?
I don't think that it comes
Could you be waterproof?
I don't think it comes with the scales. I don't think that you get to be part mermaid or anything like that. But
I would feel like I would smell fishy. No, thank you.
I am totally interested. If this comes to it, let's just see.
It's phenomenal. So, and then I'll go forward with some of her other chapters that continue on. She talks about organs, talking about, replacement organs, which is different from skin, still picky, but not as picky, still can get rejected, but not as often as skin. Talks about hearts, replacement hearts, creating hearts and different things like that.
There's a lot happening right now. I mean, with this being one of her newer books, this is going to be really interesting because I know we just keep figuring out how to keep ourselves alive.
Yeah. Talking about, some transplants that are, if you are a lower limb amputee, if you are any other kind of amputee, what's the point of, using a prosthetic? How can it help? Why do we use them outside the body? What about inside the body? Then we talk about hip replacements, just different things like that, becoming bionic, essentially.
Was it the $10 million man?
Right.
Six.
Yeah.
Inflation now, it's way above that.
My marriage may be in trouble now. I got that wrong.
Yeah.
So
I like how I looked at you, Mark.
Lee Majors, come on.
Yeah.
Mark will keep us in check. So I love Mary Roach. She really takes these odd, obscure topics, makes them fun, makes them accessible. And but if you're a little squeamish, don't pick up this book. Try Packing for Mars instead.
Yeah.
Try, one of the other ones. But if you love Mary Roach, then it's definitely another one to add to your to-read list.
She just gets those pieces of science. One, she does it with humor. So if you are a little squeamish but kind of want to go into it, she's going to make you laugh.
Right.
But if you're just like, I'm curious. Yeah. I am curious how we do all these things.
Yeah.
And taking that science takes some of that fear away, too.
I mean, Stiff, I read way too young. I read when I was like 16 or 17. And I was like, okay, that's it. I'm donating my body to science. It needs me. Like,
I really want to find a body farm that needs this body.
Yeah. And for whatever purposes. So
I'm going to donate mine too, but for a different reason. I want my brain to be studied. And
that's
so
right.
Everybody will know why I am the way I am.
There we go.
It'll be too late for me to know, but
exactly. But your family may get some clarity from it.
Yes.
So if you've never done anything Mary Roach before, probably start with Stiff. It is the best of the best. If you are a Mary Roach lover, then continue on with Replaceable You.
And I got to say, if you ever get a chance to hear her live, our friends at Westerville brought her in a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Absolutely fantastic. Mm-hmm. Go to any chance you have to hear Mary Roach talk.
Yes, she is really wonderful. And I recommend it. So with that, we will take a break and we will come back on the other half and talk with Miss Carrie about how you can make some New Year's resolutions with the library. So stay tuned. Well, welcome back. We are talking about New Year's resolutions, ways that you can really stick to those promises that you make yourself in the new year when you have a little bit of help from your friends at the Delaware County District Library. And our guest this morning is Carrie Snyder. Carrie's a branch associate at the Ostrander Branch Library, and we're so happy to have you.
Thank you. Whoa, Ostrander, let's go.
That's right. We're glad that Mandy shared you this morning. And yeah, come and visit Ostrander, open the same time as all the rest of our branches.
Yes. This is so exciting.
Well, Carrie, you are incredibly well read. How many books was on your 2025 read list?
Well, I'll just say I've read more books in the last 3 months than I have in the last 3 years.
Right.
So I'm good.
That's awesome. But you also, you really dive into nonfiction.
I do, and it's interesting because when we met initially in September, that's what I said my genre was. And when I thought of New Year's resolutions, I don't wait till January. I do it the last quarter of the month of the year because I'm a perfectionist. I got to get ahead of the game. And so I started thinking, of different ways. As my New Year's resolutions every year, it's always focused around growing, personally, professionally, in my relationships and continual growth, being the best version of myself and making improvements and getting out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
And I thought, how do I get out of my comfort zone in relation to, books and library? And I thought, well, I'm going to have to explore some different genres, because I've always read nonfiction all my life. I kind of viewed reading as just, it's a way to learn. It's not for fun. It's learning. You had to do it in school. You were required to do it. And so everything was really just about that. And because I'm always wanting to grow, it just became into personal development books. So, Let Them by Mel Robbins, Energy Boss, Atomic Habits, 5 Agreements, which was a little woo-woo for me, but I got through it. So, but here recently, because I wanted to try different genres and grow, I started reading for fun. And I didn't know that was even a thing.
Aww.
Yes, I'm 50 years old, still learning something new.
Welcome to fun reading. Welcome to leisure reading.
I did not know that was a thing.
Congratulations.
And so I started with the Devil Wears Prada series.
Oh, so fun.
Again, I probably read books because of movies. I've been such a moviegoer. It's something my mom and I did every weekend. We'd go to the movies together. And, the new movie is coming out. I mean, the first movie was 2006.
Right. Yes.
Now it's coming out in May. So, I'm a big fan of Meryl Streep. Anything she's in, I'm going to watch. So I went back to read the books. I skipped the first one, Devil Wears Prada, because I saw the movie. And I thought, let me see some of the other ones. And so my favorite one is When Life Gives You Lululemons.
Oh, okay.
And it was just so witty. It had lots of fun, laugh out loud moments. It follows Emily, the first assistant to Miranda Priestley, her career after Runway, and she landed a job in the suburbs. Oh. And so it made me think of The Real Housewives meets Waiting to Exhale. Kind of, but not really. But, there was a lot of things being centered around friendships, women empowerment, later in life milestones, and of course, lots and lots of juicy gossip. So it was fun. It was fun. And I didn't realize that things could just be, simple entertainment. So that Devil Wears Prada series is Lauren Weisberger. So,
so that was only Emily in the second book.
It's been 3 months since I read it.
I know.
And many
when you
books
start
ago.
reading a lot,
it was featured around her and new housewives and her friendships and relationships.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's a fun way to see that character kind of grow.
Yeah. So how the library's been able to help me reach some of these resolutions since I started is, there's a book club at all of the library branches.
Yeah.
And, obviously I go to the Ostrander Branch. I live in the village, so it's just a hop, skip, and a jump out my back door.
Right.
But the book club is every first Wednesday of every month at 11 a.m. And so the books that are presented are books either I've never heard of or, I thought of, but not going to crack it open. But now I'm required to. So I look at book club kind of like homework, and that's fun for me. So it's been a challenge. So I'm getting into new genres. We're reading right now Meet at the Crossroads, which is science fiction, which I'm not usually crazy about. But since there's dystopia in it, that's me. I like that. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, let's try that. And, some other ways I've been able to get different genres is on our website, www.delawarelibrary.org.
Good job.
All right. We've got, the databases, and we've got the Learn tab that has the Novelist Plus.
Yes.
And so I've been becoming familiar with Novelist Plus. I was using it for like read alikes. You plug in a book that you like, and then, you get the sample examples of what would be, close to that. But there's also a genre index. And so it shows all the genres there are, which I didn't even know some of these genres.
Oh my gosh,
there's so many.
Those subgenres just get like even more crazy. Like, I even just learned, there's fantasy and then romantasy.
Romantasy, that one was new for me this year too.
And then you get even into romantasy, and it's like, do you want romantasy with, with dragons, or do you want it with ghosts, or do you want it in so many different genres?
There's so many choices to make.
I feel so much better about myself now. Thank you.
No, it's never ending where I'm learning something new.
Yeah.
So that's how the library's been helping me kind of broaden and grow in those different genre areas. So so I'm finding that I still have a love for nonfiction, and I'm always going to do and read those. What's not on the note card, I don't know if I should share, but my therapist said I've grown enough and I should do something fun. And I'm like, well, self-help books are fun for me, but okay.
Exactly.
I love that so much. I think that it's fun because, a lot of times you think about self-help, you think about, the weight or the travel or the this or the that, but also like, just how do you take time for you? How do you take time to maybe even stop? Maybe even that's your resolution is, how do I stop and take an hour to enjoy life, and it could be with a new genre. It could be with a new book.
Too, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like to read a lot of meditation books, and I want to point out here, I like to read a lot of meditation books. I haven't figured out the meditation piece yet, but there's like always a moment in one of those books where they're like, at a stoplight, if it's raining, watch a raindrop go down your windshield. And I do that now. Mm-hmm. So, even if you're just picking up a little piece out of something, it can be pretty life-changing just to recenter yourself there at the stoplight.
You talked about, Carrie, Let Them. You kind of said, amongst all the like super popular self-help books, Let Them, Mel Robbins has really come up as one that was a big one this year. I was watching the Today Show this morning. They're going to have I think Willie Geist is going to do a Sunday sit-down with her. So if you want to learn more about that. But can you talk a little bit about what that theory is and why you think people have grabbed onto it?
Yeah, I think age also helps, so I don't know that I would have been as successful with the Let Them theory if I was in my 20s reading it. So I feel like it's more timely for me now. Not that you shouldn't start reading it at 20. You should learn this way ahead of 50 years old. But it's just, if however people perceive you, just let them. If they want to judge you, let them, and it just takes that pressure off yourself of having to at least for me, it made me feel like I don't have to be perfect all the time. I don't have to be who somebody wants me to be. I can just be me. Let them think what they want to think. And I tell you, it's just a weight has come off your shoulders when you start practicing that. But it's not something that's automatic. I mean, it is something that you truly have to do every day. Yeah. And it's not just let them and let it go, but then you've got to move on. So, there's another step beyond just letting it go. Now you've got to take action.
She was talking about in this quick little clip, she said there's the let them, but then there's also let me.
That's it. Let me.
Part two.
My dad was so natural at that. And that is the one piece of him I would like to have, is that he never held a grudge. He never worried what people thought about him. He never had an enemy. There were people who didn't like him. Lots of people that probably didn't like him. But he lived a freer life by that. And there's just that you could see the weight the rest of us are carrying when you look at someone who really has mastered that idea.
And I feel like I feel like it might come more naturally for men. I don't know, men tell me, but for women, there's just so much pressure that we put on ourselves to kind of take care of everybody else, and trying to match up to what is expected of us. But, we and ourselves are enough. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Anything else you wanted to touch on that's really been like something that is a kind of a mantra that will carry you into the new year, or something fun that's really helped you kind of like get those goals going and keep them going?
Well, you said mantra, and my mantra is keep calm and carry on. And it's CARRIE.
I love that. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
So that helps me be me.
Yes. If only we could all have our names in a mantra like that. I'm going to work on that. Molly, I feel like we can do. Nicole's going to be harder.
I can, if I change the spelling of my first and my maiden name, I can sing the Mickey Mouse tune to them.
Oh, there we go.
MOLLIEMYERS.
We
but
all
that's
know,
not how I spell either name.
You want to be an MOLLIE, and it's just not going to happen until you change that birth certificate.
I will not.
I don't think your mom will allow
heart.
it. Yeah, your mom won't allow it. We've got some really amazing ways for you to get your new year started with the library. Not only all the wonderful books and things that we've talked about today, But we have programs every day at the library. If you have littles in your house, story times are back next week. So check out a story time and see what works for you and your family. Like Carrie said, check out a book club. Ostranders meets on Wednesday, January 7th with the title that they're talking about this month. Do you remember that title again?
Meet at the Crossroads.
Yeah. And then they'll continue on each first Wednesday of the month. But we have book clubs at all of our branches and all of the necks of the woods that we're in here in the Delaware County area.
You know, I know a lot of you are thinking about organizing. I don't want to lose this. There is a great list that is on our website right now about organization with books for teens, kids, and adults. So whether your closet or something, you know, we have books for you. We've got them online. If you don't have time to pop in, drop by Libby or Hoopla, get some of those downloaded. This is the time I start cleaning out every single closet. Start the year maybe a little lighter.
We have coming up. It's later in the month on January 28th. So you've got a minute to kind of like regroup yourself and figure out what day of the week it is. Right. You know, we're all kind of lost in that. Like, where
it's
am
Friday.
I? But later this month, we have 2026 new goals for the new year. It'll be at the Liberty Branch on Wednesday, January 28th at 7:00 p.m. It's kind of a journaling thing, but you actually can like take some time, write down those intentions.
I envy journalists. I keep trying. I've got so many notebooks with like 2 weeks and then the next year, 2 weeks. My childhood diary is 1 and it's still got like a third of the pages blank.
Exactly. Well, I think that's all we've got time for today. We really blew through, and I think that's how we're going to start this new year off is with a bang. So we're going to go. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Carrie.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to have you back again. You're going to help us with just keeping ourselves centered and keeping ourselves going this year.
Oh, what pressure. Okay.
All right. Well, Happy New Year, Molly.
Happy New Year, Nicole.
Happy New Year, Mark.
You too.
And until next week, everyone, we'll see you in the stacks.